Patriotism, nationalism. Two words that sound alike, but lead in very different directions. One is love, steady, humble, grateful. The other is worship, proud, consuming, blind. Patriotism says, I love this place and I will serve it. Nationalism says, this place is everything, and I will serve nothing else. The scriptures speak to both, and the philosophers, from Aristotle to Orwell, echo the same warning. From the beginning, people were called to live by justice, mercy, and love, not by power or pride. They were reminded that greatness is not found in numbers or in might, but in faithfulness and compassion. The prophets warned that when love becomes pride and belonging becomes arrogance, a nation begins to lose its soul. And through divine voice came the reminder, are you not the same as every other people to me? A truth for all time, that every heart beats under the same sky and every life matters equally. People were called to be a blessing to others, to bring light, not domination. It was never about supremacy, it was about service. Centuries later, a teacher stood before an empire and said, mine is not a kingdom of this world. His followers came to believe there are no more distinctions between one and another, for all are one in the spirit of love. And in those words, borders began to blur, faith became bigger than flag, love became larger than nation. Love your enemies, he said, and pray for those who persecute you. That's not the voice of nationalism. That's the sound of a kingdom without walls. Still the sacred call honors community and homeland. It says, work for the good of the country where you live. Pray for it, for on its welfare yours depends. That is patriotism, to serve where you are planted, to build peace where you live, to love your people through justice and humility. But the warning stands firm. You shall have no gods except me. When a nation becomes a god, it becomes cruel. When loyalty turns to worship, it turns to violence. Philosophers saw it too. Aristotle called love of the city a virtue, a duty to the common good. Kant warned of societies that love themselves more than truth. Rousseau feared that collective pride could destroy freedom. George Orwell drew the line like a blade. Patriotism is devotion to a way of life. Nationalism is hunger for power. Alastair MacIntyre said that patriotism can be gratitude, a moral bond with the community that shaped us. Martha Nussbaum looked further. Our first loyalty must be to humanity itself. And Hannah Arendt, she saw what happens when nations demand worship. She called it totalitarianism, a faith with no God and no mercy. So what do faith and philosophy agree on? That true love of one's country is not blind, it's not boastful, it's not cruel. It's love with open eyes, grateful, humble, accountable. It says, I will seek the good of my nation, but never at the cost of my soul. And nationalism, that's love gone mad. It forgets that every flag is stitched with human hands and every border was drawn by human fear. Patriotism builds homes, nationalism builds walls. Patriotism thanks God, nationalism replaces him. The prophet spoke again. This is what the Lord asks of you: to act justly, to love tenderly, and to walk humbly with your God. That is the truest kind of patriotism, a love that serves, not dominates, a loyalty that bows to justice before it bows to power. So love your country, pray for it, work for its good, but never worship it. For love of country is noble, but only when love of God and love of neighbor remain greater still. True patriotism serves. Nationalism consumes. Choose love. Choose love.